Now we've been talking about scientific method and engineering design process, right? We're going to kind of do a demonstration of both of those real quick. Scientific method is on this side of the board. EDP is on this side of the board. You see how they have some stuff similar, some stuff different. You're supposed to make a poster about that. First thing they start with is a problem. I got a problem. You guys just went to lunch. I didn't bring any lunch, so I'm hungry. So my problem is I want something to eat. Research. Let's see, I can do some research, and I'm going to research in my lunch bag over here and pull some stuff out. And my research reveals that I've got some tortillas, I've got some mushrooms, I've got an onion, and I got a bell pepper, and I got some sausages. Okay? So, my research is that's the ingredients that I have. All right? Now, in the scientific method, the research would be what type of meals would be good to make with this stuff, right? So the research is I could go to every person and say, okay, if I give you this list of ingredients, what would you make? Okay? That would be the research. Somebody may say fajitas, somebody may say just a wrap, somebody may say just something. I don't like the pepper cooked, just give me the raw pepper, whatever. Okay? That's the research. Next is the hypothesis. The hypothesis is, sorry, had to close the door. The hypothesis, remember, it has to be an if, then, because, right? So, if I have this list of ingredients, then I'm going to make a fajita type dish. Now, the reason why I'm going to do a fajita type dish is because most people like fajitas. Most people like Mexican. I like Mexican. Okay? The experiment. Okay? In this, I would go around and I would ask everybody, if you had these, would you make fajitas? Would you make something else? That would be my experiment. All I'm doing is a questionnaire, and that would give me my data, and I come up with a conclusion. Did this give me something to eat? Yes or no? No. This did not give me anything to eat. This gave me the idea. This gave me the knowledge. This pointed me in the right direction. But it did not give me anything to eat. That's the purpose of the scientific method, is to come up with knowledge. Now, the engineering design process, that's something completely different. Not completely different, but it's different. We're going to talk about the engineering design process, and we're going to demonstrate this. All right? So, I've got, my problem is I'm still hungry because that didn't give me anything to eat. Brainstorming. Well, I got peppers, mushrooms, onions, sausage, tortillas. I got some garlic here and some salt and pepper. Okay. I could do where I just saute the peppers and onions, sausage, and then eat the tortilla on the side, put some mushrooms in there. I could do it like that. I could just eat everything raw. The sausage I probably wouldn't want to eat raw. I could make like a tostada type thing where this becomes like a little pizza dough and it's really crispy and just put stuff on it. But I don't have an oven, so that probably wouldn't work so good. So I could make a fajita style wrap. So there's my brainstorming. I'm going to think up all these different things that I could do with this. In this case, I'm going to decide to go ahead and make a fajita type deal. Okay? So I've got my green peppers. Take a little chunk of my green peppers. I don't need a whole lot because, well, first of all, I don't really like green peppers. So I'm going to cut those up. All right? What's your problem?
I'll see how you don't cut your finger.
Huh?
I'll see how you don't cut your finger.
Okay, I have been cooking. I'm 49 years old, and I cooked my first meal when I was approximately 5. So I've been doing this for 44 years. Yes, I have cut myself. Yes, it does hurt. Probably the worst thing I did was I cut the tip of my thumb off. Not off, there's a little flap holding it on. While I was cutting onions. But in general, it's not that big a deal. Cutting onions. What does everybody say about cutting onions?
Oh, they make you cry.
They make you cry. Make you cry because you're sad, or make you cry because you might know?
Juice got in your eye.
You're in the ballpark when you said juice got in your eye. The deal with onions are they are very, very high in sulfur. And when you slice an onion, it releases that sulfur into the air. And that sulfur mixes with your tears and actually creates sulfuric acid in your eyes. That's why they burn. Okay? So I've got my peppers and onions going on in there. I'm only making one, so there's not a whole lot to do here. I'm going to get those going, get those kind of softened and caramelized. You know why an onion caramelizes? Huh? It's also really high in sugar. And when you cook sugar, it becomes caramel. That's what caramel is. So onions are really high in sugar. So when you cook them, if you don't like raw onions, you may actually like cooked onions because the sugars completely change the structure of it. So now I've got my sausages. All right. And we'll throw those in there. Now I've got my proteins going on. Proteins are meats, by the way. I'm definitely a foodie. When I graduated high school, I kind of had the option of going to college or going to culinary school. And it was really hard for me to decide which one to go for. So I almost became a chef. This was what I chose. Okay? Become a chef. So I've got peppers, onions, sausage going on in there. I want to brown the sausage because it's called a Maillard effect. When you brown proteins, when you brown meats, it changes the protein structure of it. So it actually tastes different and better. A lot of people just cook their ground beef like spaghetti or chili or what have you. If you just cook it and not brown it, then you don't get that Maillard and you don't get the flavor that's there. Do you know how to tell if a steak is done or not?
You cut it open and look at the middle.
Wrong.
What?
If you cut it open, that juice is going to flow out and you're going to have a dry steak. Okay? When it's on the grill, feel that muscle right there. Take your hand and feel that muscle.
This one?
No, right there, the muscle, not the bone. Feel how gushy it is? That's what a rare steak will feel like. If you touch your finger, that's medium rare. Middle finger is medium. Ring finger is medium well. Your pinky is well done. You feel how it gets tighter? That's how you can tell how it's cooked without cutting it open. Because once you cook it, it's actually supposed to sit there for about 10 minutes for the juices to redistribute. I'm going to add a little touch of garlic because I like garlic. And I'm making a prototype right now, right? This is my first attempt. Mushrooms. This is my first attempt, which is a prototype. Now what will happen is I can go back and I can change what I'm doing. Next time I make this, I might want to do something a little bit different, right? If I do something a little bit different, then I have changed that prototype. And my EDP is proven to be iterative, which means you can go back and fix stuff. Once you think you come up with the perfect product, see, we're going to test it here in just a second. Then we might improve it. The conclusion is where you explain your results. And in this case, it would be maybe publish a recipe, put it in the cookbook, tell your Aunt Susie about it, whatever. But something that makes this where people can see what's going on. All right, we're getting there. See, we're getting there.
Ooh, that looks good.
We're getting there. Yeah, you ain't gonna eat it. Due to COVID-19, we are no longer allowed to share items. So this is my lunch. All right, we're gonna let that go for just a little bit longer. We're gonna take a tortilla. Has anybody ever done like soft shell tacos or whatever?
We do it every Tuesday.
All right, Taco Tuesday. All right, tortillas. If I just try to roll this, there's a good chance it cracks. A way that you can heat a tortilla so that it doesn't crack, it becomes more flexible, is wrap it like a wet paper towel. Not wet, just damp. And put it in the microwave 10 or 15 seconds, and that'll steam it and make it all good. I don't see a microwave. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it right there. So all I did was put my pan down on my tortilla. It's going to heat that tortilla up. It's going to make it more pliable. And then I'm going to take my filling, line that up down the middle. All right, we're going to set that over there. Can turn my burner off. Now, you guys, you said you eat tacos all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever eat a soft shell taco and everything falls out the other side?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I know how you.
You fold this up first,
Yeah.
then you roll this way, and there is your burrito or fajita or whatever you want to call it. All right, time to do some with the testing mode. It's not bad. Let's do this. A little bit of salt, because I like salt.
Me too.
Cheese would be good to add too.
Ooh,
Why
yes.
the lot number on one?
You guys know I'm recording this, right? For YouTube purposes.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Right.
test, improve.
You improved it with salt.
Yep, improved it. My conclusion is,
It is delicious.
that's pretty good lunch. I can deal with that. All right? All right. So, your assignment 5, which a lot of you guys have already done, I would very much encourage you to put your mask back on. I would encourage you to wait until after the lesson to do the assignment, because I'll probably give you answers in the lesson for the assignment. Okay? So generally the way it'll work is you'll have an instruction on, for you guys, instruction on Thursday, assignment on Friday.